Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring a book, Yoga Essays for Self Improvement, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on the chapter of Karma. Mysterious are the ways of action. So, Karma Yoga, an ascetic practicing austerity in a forest, a soldier performing his duties for his country, a philosopher imparting the knowledge of philosophy, or a merchant involved in his business, and a clerk busy serving his boss are all doing their duties, their swadharma, and such action will lead to spiritual evolution and the formation of virtuous impressions. However, even further integration can be attained through the same action simply by bringing about a change in the mental attitude towards the respective action. So, this art is known as Karma Yoga. If action is performed in the spirit of serving God in humanity with a sense of surrendering to the divine self, it becomes a process of Karma Yoga. Through the practice of Karma Yoga, a yogi learns to dedicate his mind to the purifying light of reason. He learns to control his senses and to surrender his ego to the divine self. Karma Yoga purifies the mind and enables a person to discover the detached nature of the self. Then, as his heart is increasingly purified, a yogi advances on the path of meditation, devotion, and wisdom. All actions are soon performed in the spirit of detachment. So the quality is very good, but inwardly there is no attachment. In the final stage, as his attitude towards action becomes increasingly purified, he discovers that he is ever detached from all the actions. There's a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita also. In action. Although you're doing great amounts of work, inwardly you are detached, just as the sky is ever detached from all the clouds. As an aspirant ascends the steps of integration, he is automatically inclined to virtuous actions that are in accord with spiritual teachings, because that is swadharma. Swa means yourself, natural. So it is your natural dharma and it comes to you spontaneously. He cannot perform nishiddha karmas or prohibited actions that we studied yesterday. And further, even while performing virtuous actions, he does not gain the usual rewards in the form of pleasures in the heavenly world. Rather, he rises beyond the perishable rewards by renouncing his egoistic involvements in karma. Thus, he performs all his actions in the spirit of Nitya Karma, all your daily spontaneous duties that must be performed. He has become so integrated that all action is as spontaneous and necessary as bathing, eating, sleeping, and he is so detached that he does not expect any heavenly rewards also for his action. So let's discuss the bhakti approach or the devotional process. The process of perfecting the art of selfless action can also be approached from a more devotional perspective. In the beginning, an aspirant adopts the attitude that actions are austerities or sacrifices designed to please God. Gradually, he begins to perform them with a spirit of surrender to God, unconcerned with their results. He learns to perform his duties well without keeping his mind agitated with reference to the results. He gains the insight that results of action cannot be fully perceived by the limited vision of the ego. He understands that since the world is governed by a divine plan, the far reaching effects of one's actions are universal in nature. Therefore, he does not keep his mind agitated due to his egoistic expectations. Ego becomes less and less, and eventually, like a cloud merging into the sky, it disappears. So, the jnana approach, the approach of knowledge, gradually he develops an attitude of being a mere witness to his actions in daily life, like the sun that witnesses the various activities in the world. He does not allow his mind to foster the sense of doership. I am the doer, I did it, or enjoyership, that I am the one enjoying it. He doesn't see any difference. And finally, the world of action seems to dissolve and vanish before him as he discovers his essential self. So, a sage, though performing action, is ever established in the inaction of the self. He is ever free from karmas and their fructifications. His actions will not cause a future embodiment. They are without selfish desire and the egoistic illusion that I am the performer of action. Who is this I? He understands it, that it's all the same cosmic consciousness. He performs them for the sake of universal harmony and the good of humanity. He dispels the darkness of unrighteousness, protects the virtuous inclinations in human beings, and reveals the path that leads to mukti or liberation. He becomes a living commentary of the scriptures. Mystic inaction versus inertia. An ignorant person, on the other hand, remains involved in action even though externally he might refrain from doing anything. An external form of inactivity is the result of tamas or inertia, and as a result of this, the desires of the mind continue to be active while a person is physically inactive. These desires eventually lead to various perversions and complexes in the mind and ultimately force the person to engage himself in various activities. Therefore, it is wise to channelize one's active energy through actions that are elevating, purifying, and helpful. A person who flows on with activity in the spirit of Karma Yoga is moving towards the cessation of all actions. And in the ultimate state of self realization, the fire of knowledge destroys the very basis of all actions, which is the ignorance, avidya. So, in brief, the secret of true prosperity, peace, and perfection lies in refraining from nishiddha karma or prohibited actions, turning from paradharma. Paradharma is someone else's duty, not yours, into swadharma, which is your own duty. Then one can learn to convert swadharma into nishkamya karma or actions without desire. So, two-step process. First, find something that you're naturally inclined to do, that you naturally enjoy, your heart feels happy. For example, if you like music, be in the music world, or if you like art, then try to do that or create a hobby out of it. So then you are now moving into swadharma, your natural inclination, and then you start becoming universal. You start taking yourself out of the process and do it for the world. Then it becomes nishkamya karma or action without desire, which purifies the mind. That's why you do it, and it converts actions into karma yoga. Yoga comes from the Sanskrit root yuj. Yuj means to unite. So when you unite with God, or all your actions are spiritual, then it automatically becomes yoga, connecting. Thus, this one finally rises beyond the realms of karma through self realization. So, that is the ultimate outcome. The fruit of the effort of yoga is to unite with God. That is what is self realization. May God bless you. We will cover the next chapter tomorrow. Our satsanga for today is over, and I hope you are, those of you who are listening it regularly, are finding the wisdom, seeing the benefit, and not only helping yourselves but also helping others. Only then it is swadharma. So tomorrow we will discuss the chapter Beware of the evils of self-assertion. So very important things for yogis to learn and be mindful of. Hari Om Tat Sat.